Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to Digit. Today we have with us Madhav Sheth, the CEO of HTech, and we're going to be talking a lot about the upcoming Honor 200 series and and HTech's future plans in India when it comes to AI and a lot more. So I think we can get started. And Madhav, my first question for you is, can you share some of the key milestones in HTech's India journey since 2023 and how these have shaped the company's direction and everything?
Really, first of all, thank you very much for having me on your channel. And I think I would like to start with the most important thing, which is the elephant in the room, is uh, right now India is going through a transition stage, which I believe it is important to bring a disruptive ways of doing business. STech was formed because of that reason. Currently, 80% of the things are controlled by 100% Chinese-owned entities in India. So 80% of the industry is controlled by Chinese-owned entities in India who are sitting down in China and monitoring and virtually managing the businesses. Now, I'm trying to disrupt this particular thought process by bringing a 100% Indian domiciled company using Honor's brand and licenses to make sure that probably their IPs and everything I can use in India. They will be helping us to set up the entire technology understanding for development of the products and manufacturing of the products in India. So I think this is the foundation which I'm trying to do for STech in India, being disruptive in its own way. And at the same time, last 8 months we have in the process of finalizing a few of the EMS partners for local manufacturing. We'll be soon announcing that. At the same time, we'll also have launched two or three products to understand the consumers' attraction towards the brand or consumer sentiments towards the brand, which we have received which the reviews are extremely positive. So I think in terms of last 8 months of our journey, I think it has been extremely detrimental to the fact that we have laid a new foundation in the Indian history of a smartphone. At the same time, we are able to bring a breakthrough technology smartphone brand to India in a very disruptive way.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Second question from me is, how does the Honor 200 series set itself apart, specifically in terms of AI and the user integration you've got with the AI features? How does it set itself apart when it comes to competition in the same price bracket?
I think there every day in the industry at this point of time, every day there's one or the other launches which are happening, right? It's very difficult, and every brand will be promoting himself. It's very difficult at times the consumer does not experience. The most important thing what I've seen is that the consumers are confused because in this month itself I've seen more than 15 launches which are supposed to happen and might happen in the next few days also. So 15 to 20 launches this is what. So consumers have a lot of an options, but what I believe they are not an options. They are just a surrogate product of the main product. So just a relabeling of the main product and bringing it as renaming it as a different name. So that is what is happening in the industry where people are saying it's a new launch, but it's a different channel launch in a different name and at a different price point. So consumers, this is another oligopoly approach by the brands, by the Chinese brands at this point of time. While coming back to Honor 200 series, the most important thing is about the experience and the AI integration, what they have done. While everybody's saying the AI integration, this MagicOS 8.8 is the world's first intent-based UI face and which has a Magic LM on device, which is based on AI large language model. The most important thing, if I have to understand the consumer perspective, is AI powered tools like Magic LM, Magic Capsule, Magic Portal, Magic Ray. All of these things which will help users to simplify their day-to-day life even further than what it used to do it before. And it has Honor AI Portrait Engine, which is one of the best portraits I've ever seen on any of the devices before. So these are the flagship level camera feature, which is supposed to come down to now mid-range smartphones. And that's something which I believe that it will change the studio level portrait photography of the smartphones as well. So one is the OS, which I'm extremely positive what the consumer understand because we are having one of the most open bloatware free OS right now in the industry, and which I believe that that is something which is going to be the most important caller for the 200 series as well.
Right, perfect. You did talk about MagicOS 8.0. Can you elaborate a bit more about the technology behind its four-layer AI architecture and how it works into the UI and the interface?
As I said, AI has been overabused before, and now it's been over. It's every brand has been using AI as a marketing tool, which is not right ideally. But this is similar to what happened in 2018 when there was a fight for megapixels, which used to start from 13 megapixels, went up to 200 megapixels camera. So there was a fight for this as well now, which is similarly I'm seeing in AI architecture as well. So now when I see this, the most important thing what AI is not just about the apps. It's a four-layer AI, which is one of the most important things is the cross-device and cross-OS here, which helps you to connect to the ecosystem of transferring data from one ecosystem to another ecosystem product in a swifter or easiest of manner. That's one thing, which is the cross-OS devices. Second is the platform level AI, which enables operating systems for intent based human computer interaction. So, what is your intent of doing it? That is what the platform level AI integration, what we have done is. Third is the app level, where the developers help you to, along with the platform level, help you to improve the user experiences. And fourth is the cloud AI services, which is these are the four, which is massive cloud services by prioritizing privacy. So these are the four layers of AI interface which I think MagicOS has used, and ensuring that every single layer helps consumers to experience the product in the easiest way. Right.
All right, that sounds good. We've heard another thing that the Honor 200 series is going to have a 5200 mAh silicon carbon battery, which is a first in the industry. What are the benefits of it compared to normal lithium ion batteries, and what are the challenges you face during its development in R&D?
People understanding that lithium ion battery holds 372 milliamp hour per gram, while silicon based anode stands at around 3600 milliamp hour per gram, which is roughly around 9.5 times more than that of the graphite, which is lithium batteries. Now, what does this mean? That probably you can have a smaller or thicker, or you can say slimmer phones, much slimmer phones, but without compromising on the battery size, bigger battery size, but still the slimmer phones. Thirdly, you can have a longer durable of the batteries, because normally when a consumers go to recycle their phones or resell their phones, the battery life cycle is always been checked by the resellers. So the recycling or the battery life cycle, how many cycles they have done, is something which is extremely important, and it's very impressive when you move to from a lithium ion to a silicon carbon. Your actually your life is increased by 9.5 times, and that's what I think is something which we are looking into it. So it's a pure silicon based electrodes are far lower than the graphite based electrodes, due to which I think the structural collapse of the silicon material caused by the huge volume change, and hence I believe this new technology, which is tried and tested now, will for the consumers it's slimmer phone, long bigger battery like 6000 milliamp hour, but a very slim phone, and at the same time durable for the long term battery life.
Perfect. So since you talked about battery and the resale value and the battery health being maintained, do you have plans to integrate a battery health kind of metric or an app setting in your phone that users will be able to see to just have that peace of mind over the time?
Definitely there is in the settings where you can see the battery health and everything, what exactly how it is being done. So there's already there, and you can already see the life cycles around.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. The next question I have is can you explain the importance of high PWM dimming frequencies? Honor was one of the first that actually brought awareness to this, and also hardware level low blue light features in the Honor 200 series specifically, and how do they contribute for a better viewing experience overall?
As I told you, the 80% of the industry is right now working on an approach of oligopolistic approach, which means that they are having the same product with the different brand names. So one product with the four different brand names. Same product confusing the customers, uh, releasing in a different name, releasing more releases, but just the same product, just a change of back panel. While in all of these things, there's no new R&D, hence they are promoting the same thing, maybe a fast charging at it. What Honor is going to do is going to focus on the one of the most important aspect of the smartphone, which is the display. From Honor 90, what we launched, we had a highest level of PWM living technology, which was around 3,840 hertz risk-free dimming, which is very important for your eyes when you flicker. So this is extremely important that you have a very smooth experience and your eyes are safer. That's something which is on a user well-being is extremely important, and hence Honor has been working on display technology, which might be a safety for your eyes or the durability of the display in a maximum manner to ensure that the consumer's experience has not been compromised. Because the first thing what we do is to make sure that probably we buy the phone and have the cover on the phone, right? Or have the back or have a back cover on the phone to make sure that the phone is not damaged or the screen is not damaged. But with Honor, that's what we are focusing on. That how can we have the slimmer batteries, durable displays, and a safer displays to use for a longer period of time? Because now smartphone has become inevitable part of our life. But how do we make sure that probably is one of the safest for your life?
Yeah. All right. How does HTech ensure that its devices cater to audiences, their specific needs and preferences in the Indian market specifically, and what are the strategies in place for that? Another part of this question is, can you give us some update about your customer service at HTech with Honor in India?
Customer satisfaction has always been one of my top priority. I'm not just talking in terms of honor, but it's something as a inculcated in my mind as well that without the customer experience of or the customer journey to from buying the phone to the end of life cycle when they recycle the phone back again, I have to ensure that probably updates or I have to ensure that probably the service everything is going well. So we already have more than 350 service centers at this point of time. While Aztec, as I said, will be focusing on bringing one of the most durable Honor devices to India, bringing the range of Honor devices which are globally available and globally recognized first to India and start manufacturing in India. That's going to be the first key task for us. While we have started doing that, but we are on a journey to make it much bigger going forward. The second task would be to ensure that probably how can we have more localization into it and bring more products which are offering real value to the Indian consumers over a period of time. While the technology or the key consumers across the world have a similar aspirations from their devices, but at the same time, we will be doing customizations in the near future once we go to that scale where we are able to bring more meaningful devices specifically for the Indian consumers.
Also, when it comes to devices from Honor that HTech is bringing to India, are how many of these are made in India? What is the percentage? Can you let us know?
Currently, it's a completely CDU models. We are in a process of finalizing our EMS partners, and once we finalize the EMS partners, we will soon see the local manufacturing setup to be ready.
Great. Okay. What about sustainability? There's a lot of talk behind sustainability. What are some things that Honor is doing, HTech is doing when it comes to the manufacturing processes, when it comes to sustainability? What are some of the things you all have implemented towards this goal?
ESG as a strategy is always going to be there because that's something which I believe is one of the core fundamental pillars for us.
Okay.
Hence, I think it is taking time for us to move to the manufacturing process because Honor itself in a global standard, they have a multiple guidelines uh, to ensure the quality, the ESGs, everything has been matched in India. So just to let you know, Honor has a process in the manufacturing countries where they have an automation rate up to around 75 to 80%. In India, the maximum automation can go up to 50% or 55% at this point of time. So how can we bring a better quality product which can not only be good for consumers durability, but also at the same time, how can we have that durable product which can help us for our ESG strategy as well. So this environmental footprint is a significant importance for us, but at the time of the production, the manufacturing, I think we are taking that all into consideration. Hence, we are planning our EMS partners is to ensure that probably they also work with the similar standards and certifications along with us.
Last thing, what are the biggest technological trends that you foresee in the smartphone industry? The second half of 2024 and going into 2025, and what is Honor doing to lead in those areas?
I think I said you a few of the things. One is the biggest trends, what I can see, there's this Chinese brands, the future in India seems to be in a dilemma because I think the way they are right now controlling the business completely from China uh, without having any Indian intervention anywhere in, I think it's a very, I would say, amicable or a non-amicable way of doing business in India. So what the trends, what I see is that Indians will have more brand coming down from India, or maybe more to collaborations where the Indian approach would be entered, like what HTech has done. Secondly, the trend which I see on the smartphone side, which I see this, like what I say, slimmer batteries, beautiful designs, durable displays, more safer displays. Third thing, what I see is that 5G getting more deeper penetration into tier 2 and tier 3 cities with more affordable options at this point of time. The reason because already the 5Gs are now available below 10,000. Hence, I see a similar transition which is happening between 3G to 4G, 4G to 5G. Now, the consumers are preferring to buy a 5G devices rather than buying just a 4G devices at around less than 10K. So I think that anybody having a budget of around 10K, they are preferring to buy 5G devices. I think these are the few of the trends which I see. But at the same time, I believe AI, the consumers would be for another 1 year, the consumers would be still confused about how the AI can help because there's no real case use scenarios. Uh, but I believe once they start using and experiencing the phone, they will understand the use of AI and they will inculcate that as a part of their day-to-day life going forward. That's what I say.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for joining us and answering all our questions. It was a pleasure talking to you as always.